Ever since that enigmatic tweet from Elon Musk a few weeks ago talking about considering taking Tesla private at a price of $420 per share, there's been a lot of speculation and conjecture flying around. And in the media and social media hype, it's sometimes difficult to figure out what's known and what isn't. So we figured it was time on this channel to lay out some of the things that we know for sure about Tesla's potential privatization, as well as some of the things that we don't know yet, the unknowns. This video is going to focus on the 5 things we know, and there's a companion video coming out on the 5 things we don't yet know. So be sure to keep your eyes peeled for that one too. An hour or so after releasing that now infamous tweet, Elon Musk sent a letter to Tesla employees explaining his reasons for thinking that privatization was the right path for Tesla moving forward. Among them was a desire to help Tesla focus on something other than the quarterly earnings report, something which Musk has moaned about in the past and says distracts from Tesla's primary mission to accelerate the world's transition to renewable energy. Not producing a quarterly earnings report would, Musk has argued, also allow Tesla to act with more long-term goals in mind, rather than simply keeping Wall Street happy. Then, of course, there's a desire to end the continued attention that Tesla gets from short sellers, who bet against Tesla with borrowed shares in the hope that they can reap rewards when the share price drops. Regardless of who you've heard say otherwise, Tesla's privatization is not yet a done deal. While many, I'd say the majority of Tesla shareholders appear to support the idea in principle, it's worth remembering that right now it is just a possibility. For it to become something that Tesla shareholders will vote on, there's a lot of work to be done on both sides. Elon Musk's tweet about taking Tesla private may have stated that funding was secured, but right now it seems that it was, at best, only secured in principle. Before privatization can even be voted on by the board of directors or shareholders, there are likely more final negotiations to be carried out, followed by a host of due diligence investigation, more paperwork than you or I would ever want to complete, and then regulatory approval processes that must be followed through. Then and only then will it get passed to a vote. And at each step in the above, there are potential hurdles which could scupper or hold up the process. If we ignore the 59% or so of Tesla shares held by so-called institutional investors, that's things like mutual funds, pension funds, banks, etc., the majority of remaining Tesla shareholders do seem to support the move. Just take a look at any comment thread discussing the potential privatization to find that out. It's because, for the most part, they are those who share the company's vision and goals. They are the loyal faithful and won't be selling their shares come hell or high water. They're in it for the long term and they trust both Tesla and Elon Musk. The same is true of the majority of Tesla owners I've spoken to. They want Tesla to succeed and to continue to produce great cars. There are those who are less happy to go private. Tesla's already facing several lawsuits over this, and some institutional investors may not be able to go private because of their own requirements. But I've yet to meet a private stockholder of Tesla who doesn't support privatization. But, and this is a big but, there are those out there who don't really understand the process, and they're not helped by misinformation on fan sites. And they think it's a lot easier than it really is, or that there are more knowns in this than there actually are. One of the weirdest rumours flying around the internet in the past few weeks has stated that the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund, which Elon Musk says has been interested in helping Tesla become private for many years, is only interested in Tesla so that it could essentially kill the electric car company. A kind of who killed the electric car reenactment, if you will. Those spreading this particular rumour says there's no reason a country like Saudi Arabia, which has been at the forefront of the petroleum industry for decades, would want to be involved with an electric car company. But the reality here is very different. The Saudi Arabia PIF has been diversifying its investment portfolio now for many years, with a heavy lean towards future transportation and energy technologies. Why? Well, it's amassed a lot of wealth from the years of fossil fuel industry dominance, and in order to continue to furnish its PIF coffers, it needs to continue to make investments that will allow it to bring in money. And when it comes to renewable energy and transportation, there are few companies like Tesla, although I should note that the PIF is also allegedly looking at investing in Tesla rival Lucid Motors. In the past few weeks, I've heard several people try and portray Tesla's potential privatization as the ultimate magic bullet that would propel Tesla towards a rosy future, ending any worries about share prices, profitability, production, and negative press. But the reality here is that a private Tesla will still have to deal with much of what it faces today. Sure, it won't get the same analysis from Wall Street as it does today, nor will it be under the heavy scrutiny that comes as part of meeting SEC regulations. But private or not, Tesla will still have a lot of debt to pay back. This is especially true since Elon Musk has stated that Tesla's privatization will take place by selling equity, not debt. A private Tesla is likely to be far stronger than a public one, at least for the next few years. But in those next few years at the company, private or public, it will still be very hard work for everyone involved. Have I missed anything else that's important that we already know about Tesla going private? Have you got some alternative viewpoints on what I've said? Leave me your thoughts in the comments below. That's it. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.